Hey friends, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we are going to be working outside on the deck. And in honor of Flag Day, which I know has already passed, but July 4th is on the way, I want to give our deck area a patriotic look by not overdoing it, just adding a few elements here and there of red, white, and blue. It should be a fun video full of tips, tricks, and ideas for your own space, so I hope that you will join us. Hey y'all, we're outside for another project, and I have on my infamous red shirt that I wear for most of my outdoor projects. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I looked back at some of my older YouTube videos, and just about every outdoor project that I do, I have on this shirt. We're going to work on the deck area. Our chairs that are on the deck, they also need to be sanded and repainted. So since it's a little bit cooler out here today, this morning, I will start working on this project, and I'm going to do a little bit every day until I get it done. And what my plan is to mostly work in the morning hours so that it's not so hot, and then if I can fit in the evening, I'll do a little bit of that. But my plan right now is mostly mornings. It's not a huge space. This is our deck space, and this video was taken in early April when pollen was at its peak. But you can see that this space really needs to be cleaned up. I've got dead ferns in the pots. The rug is really dirty. There are leaves everywhere. I still have a winter wreath on the door, and these chairs need to be cleaned really well. Also, this flower pot between these two chairs is full of weeds, and so it needs some attention. Let's get started on it. Let's just take a little bit at the time until we get it done. So let's get started. I was able to get the whole deck cleaned off, but then it started raining. And it rained a whole lot, and so I was unable to get out here for some time to finish up the job. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining about the rain, because I love a good rainy day, and I love what it does for my flowers, plus it also gives me a time to rest. We'll complete this job after the rain. I would like to say a big thank you to Ultrahuman for sponsoring this part of today's video. I should start this out by saying I am not a very technical person, and my iPhone is about as technical as I get. So when Ultrahuman reached out to me regarding their air ring, I was very interested and wanted to see what it was all about. When I read that it tracks your sleep and helps you to improve that, I wanted to know more. I definitely want to try it, and I am so impressed with it that I wanted to share it with y'all. So let me tell you a little bit about this air ring. So one of the things that impressed me about Ultrahuman was they sent this box with the different sizes of rings so that you could try these on and get the right fit for your finger. Now, I chose one that I could either wear on my index finger or my middle finger, so I can just change it around throughout the day whenever I need to, and it's comfortable on both fingers. And you want to get the ring that fits snugly on your finger, because it has the sensors inside of it which help it to follow along and track your sleep, your steps, and so many other things. With my ring, I chose the color Aster Black, but if you do not like that color, there are so many more finishes that it comes in, and they send you this card so that you can choose the finish that is right for you and the one that you like the most. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you some of the things that I love about the Ultrahuman air ring. So the first thing is it tracks my steps, and I have found out that I'm not getting enough steps. The fact that I'm pretty active throughout the day, but I'm still not getting enough steps. So I realized for my best health overall, I need to amp that up a little bit and get more steps into my day. Now, the second thing that I love about this ring is it tracks my sleep. Now, as I get older, I have noticed that I have more trouble sleeping. And so this ring tracks your sleep. It lets you know what you can do to improve your sleep. It lets you know when you go into a deep sleep, a light sleep, the different REMs that you're in, your heart rate. It is just the neatest feature so that you can improve your sleep and feel better throughout your day. And then the last thing that I wanted to let you know about this ring that sets it apart from its competitor is there is no monthly subscription. With the other smart rings that are on the market, there is a monthly subscription to have access to all of your data concerning your health. With the Ultrahuman Ring, there is no monthly subscription, and I love that about this ring. In honor of the second anniversary of the Ultrahuman Ring Air, Ultrahuman is offering our Contented Home viewers a 15% discount from now until June 30th. Just use our code UHAQ15 to receive 15% off of your order. You can shop through my links in the description box below. And remember that the Ultrahuman Air Ring is HSA and FSA approved. Thank you again, Ultrahuman, for sponsoring today's video. My sweet little sidekick is going to help us today. She loves this little Adirondack chair, and I'm going to get it repainted for her so she can enjoy it. She's doing so much better from her ear infection that she had. She's doing so much better, and she just acts a lot happier. So she's going to join us today. Okay, so these Adirondack chairs are looking pretty rough out here in the weather, but I think I painted them probably about 5 years ago, so they have held up well, and they just need to be repainted. This one needs it more than that one, but all I'm going to do is I'm going to sand this until it's smooth, so I don't have any chipping paint or anything on it, and then that way it will have a nice look to it when you finish painting it. So that's what I'm going to work on, sanding them. So now these chairs have been sanded, and I did use primer on them so that my paint would not soak up into the wood and my paint would go farther. And so now I'm going to give it a coat of Fusion in the color Casement. I love this paint. It does very well on outdoor items, and it doesn't need a top coat. You can add a top coat, but it doesn't need it. So let's give these chairs a nice coat of paint and make them look a lot better. I got the rug down out here, and this is a rug that I've had for about 2 years, and it was still in good shape, so I just put it up here on the deck. I love the colors in it and the pattern. I got the chairs painted, and I also planted these flowers. Haven't quite filled out yet, and I may add a little bit more color in here. I haven't decided yet, but I put the blue, and then these are little white flowers. I may add just a pop of red for the red, white, and blue theme. And then here is the mum that just keeps on blooming. So I'm just going to leave it in there and let it keep doing its thing. And always some creeping Jenny and a sweet potato plant. And y'all, look how much rain we've gotten. Now this is over several days. As you can see, it's about 4 inches. So we have gotten a ton of rain, and the flowers are loving it. So here's the patio, and you can see all the flowers out there just doing so well from the rain. And when it rains, I do put the cushions up. I've got a deck box back there, and I store them in there when it rains. They are weatherproof, but they get really sopping wet, and I just like to store them and make them last longer. So now back up here on the deck, I have these flower pots. I got them at Lowe's probably about 2 years ago, and I just keep them up here on the deck. They've got a pretty design, and they are like a concrete type pot, and I just prop them up on those terracotta feet. And I'm going to put ferns in these. So Kimberly Queen ferns, because this deck gets a good bit of sun. And so this year, I'm going to try something that's new for me. So here's my Kimberly Queen ferns. And I'm just going to leave them in the pots. A little grow pot. And I'm just going to plop that in those pots, and that way I can put them in the garage during the winter and maybe save them for next season. I'm going to see if that works, and because I usually just end up throwing my ferns away because I just leave them out all year and they end up dying. But I'm going to try that and see if it works. And if any of y'all have ever tried that, let me know, and let me know if it works. So let's get these in the pots and get some pretty color up on the deck. And then over here in this spot, I've got a boxwood planted, and I've got my little Annabelle looking dog that I keep in this pot. This pot is old from Walmart, but it has held up really well. And then I just stick this in here. This is something I made, and I have a full video on it actually. It's just a wine cork and then an acorn top, and then just a metal stake, and I just use it as a plant marker. And I just stick it in my plants. It's just a cute little addition to your plants. This plant, it came off the screen porch, was not doing very well, so I put it out here. It may need to be repotted, but it definitely needs some attention. Now we always need a wreath for the door to make it a little bit more welcoming, and it is a way to add more color to your space. I've had this wreath for years, and I think I got it at Home Goods. It was not very expensive. It's got the wire back here, and it's just a plastic wreath, but I think since it's so full, it doesn't look plastic. So I'm just going to add it to the door, and then we're going to add some Patriotic elements and color to this. I've shared on our channel before how much I love our Norwex cleaning products, and this Norwex mop helps me out so much. It has an extendable handle, so it's perfect for cleaning outside windows, and I always say a job is not too difficult when you have the right tools. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you were inspired to decorate your spaces for the patriotic season. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to our channel, please hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.